KMVT Sports, Friday Night Blitz.
Well, welcome into Friday Night Blitz. I'm Brevin Monroe, and she is Devaney Serta, and finally, playoff football is here.
And we have 13 teams in the Magic Valley who will be taking a shot at hoisting the trophy in the end. Starting us off, the Twin Falls Bruins hosted the Richview Warhawks. Students with the Twin Falls High School Chamber Choir performed the national anthem to kick us off. Bruins coming in as the number 4 seed, and Ridgeview is coming in at 13. Bruins offense exploded in the first one. First touchdown goes to Jackson Saddleberg, who rushes it in to put the Bruins up 6-0. The Bruins defense also made plays all night. 2 interceptions in the first half, and this one's coming from Jordan Bingham right there. I mean, talk about a play. This is what you love to see, especially going into the playoffs. I mean, starting off strong. Another running play. Ty Hess hands it off the ball to Dax Payne, who brings the Max Payne to the Warhawks defense. He finds a hole, and he's going to be gone. 13-0 touchdown Bruins. They were loving that, and that's what you need. Ty has seeing all of his teammates getting some points, and he decides he wants some action himself. And he's going to find going deep to Bryce Nielsen, who hauls this one for another touchdown. The Bruins were just too much for the Warhawks to handle, and they will win 38-0, a complete shutout. They will welcome an undefeated Century in the quarterfinals next week.
Then to our other 5A game over at Minico as they're taking on the Sandpoint Bulldogs. This one right before the end of the half. Sandpoint here. I walked in. Sandpoint leading 7-0. Braden Buckhout hits Trey Blumenberg. 2 defenders collide and they get in. It's 14-0 Bulldogs at half. Out of the break though, Spartans after a good return. Dax Hartley finds Jaden Sanders on a slant route, and number 7 gets in for 6 there as Minico cuts that deficit. How about this on the next Spartan drive to Hartley? He's going to hit his receiver on another slant, but he gets lit up there and the ball's on the ground. Sandpoint picks it up, and that's going to be a fumble recovery, and they're deep into enemy territory. And then just a few plays later, all the way down at the goal line, Jensen Sheets gets in and makes it 21-7. Minico would make it close, but unfortunately the season will come to an end in a 28-24 defeat.
Early start for the Buell Indians as they host McCall Donnelly in a play-in game. And I mean, that's kind of what you love in those 6 a.m. starts. Fabi Robles with the ball, and he will be on the run, and until he is finally brought down, he was having himself quite the night. We will hear from him later on. Zach Acevedos hands it off to Dallas Price, who will walk right into the end zone to get the Indians first on the board. They'll go for the extra kick, and it's going to be from 6-7 right there. I mean, they were clearly loving that. The Vandals turn to response on the punt return, and Colt Valview will be on the run, and he is not going to be stopped. He'll go right through, and it's going to be huge momentum for the Vandals, but will they produce something out of that? Well, not really. Indians Javier Dominguez goes for the kick, and it's going to be a 34-yard field goal. I mean, what a play. Vandals not going down without a fight. Gunnar Newman with the house call. Indians will get their lick back and punch another one in right here and take the game 45-19. And in some other scores, the Gooding Senators traveled up to take on the Snake River Panthers, in which the Panthers take this one 34-21, and that will end the Senators' season. And coming up, we have some more football on deck. Highlights from New Platte versus Declo when we come back.
Welcome back into Friday Night Blitz. We had a solid 3A play-in matchup out in Declo as the Hornets took on the New Plymouth Pilgrims. It's the 4 versus 5 play-in seed here out in Declo, and first drive for the Pilgrims. First off, how about that team name, the Pilgrims? Kind of odd. All the way into the red zone, a QB keeper. That'd be all they needed there to open the scoring to make it 7-0. Next drive for the Pilgrims. Handoff to Braxton Mauder, and he's going to find some space, and then he's going to do a nice cutback there at the end to finish off the touchdown run. New Plymouth takes a 14-0 lead. Declo, though, they're going to respond in this one. Third down, Trayson Thaxton running for his life behind that line. He's going to end up finding some space and a receiver as well. Dax Gerard wide open down the field. He's going to go a little bit into enemy territory. Eventually, he will be brought down. Declo in business in this one, but they bring up another third down for the Hornets. Thaxton once again rolling out, trying to evade that pressure, and once again, he's going to find a man here. This time, his man's in the end zone. Landon Silcock here walks in. Declo cut the deficit, but that offense really struggled tonight, unfortunately, as their season comes to an end in a 24-14 defeat.
Over in Hagerman, the Pirates welcome the Potlatch Loggers for the battle of the 4 and 5. Wyatt Mavicamp throws it out to Casey Knight for the 2-point conversion. Pirates are going to be up 16-6. Loggers trying to get something going, but the Pirates defense holds on strong as Adam Nelson is going to go ahead with the takedown. Loggers still going to be showing some life, but it's going to be a fumble recovery. Pirates take it, and they are going to use that to their advantage. Pirates on the offensive side, Mavicamp to Casey Knight, who will go and see to the very end zone. We'll see him quite literally again. It's 8-man. You got to go for 2. Knight with the ball, and he will find the end zone again. What a night for Knight. I mean, he was all over it. Next drive, and who will have the ball? None other than Casey Knight for another touchdown. The spooky student section was super duper high for Knight right there. Pirates trying to get one more touchdown, and before the half of the Loggers will have the interception. However, the Pirates finish off strong 64-20, and they'll have a rematch against Logos next week.
And then taking a look across the board, the Valley Vikings made the drive all the way up to take on the Prairie Pirates for the second time this year. In the fourth quarter, the Vikings would go for a long touchdown to cut the lead, but would not come out on top as the Pirates take this one by 6, 50-44. And then the Glenns Ferry Pilots traveled up north to take on top seed KMVT, and the Cubs end the Pilots season for the second straight year, defeating them 86-22. Then in our final 2A game, the Oakley Hornets faced off against the number 2 Logos Knights, who we just mentioned. Logos took that win 62-12. And then